Matthew 21 verse 5 is a direct reference to Zechariah 9 verse 9, which prophesied the arrival of the Messiah as a humble and peaceful king. This verse encapsulates the nature of Jesus' kingship and the fulfillment of God's promises, rich in both prophetic and symbolic meaning. 1. Tell the daughter of Zion. The phrase daughter of Zion is a poetic way to refer to the people of Jerusalem or Israel as a whole. It emphasizes the intimate relationship between God and His chosen people, portraying Israel as a beloved daughter. This is a call to attention, signaling that something extraordinary is about to happen. Application. Just as the people of Jerusalem were invited to behold their king, we too are invited to recognize Jesus' presence and work in our lives today. 2. Behold, your king is coming to you. This statement emphasizes the nearness of the Messiah. Unlike earthly kings who require subjects to approach them, Jesus comes to His people. This act is a demonstration of His love, accessibility, and readiness to meet humanity where they are. Application. Reflect on how Jesus comes into your life, not as a distant ruler, but as a king who actively seeks relationship and reconciliation with you. 3. Lowly and sitting on a donkey. The term lowly speaks to Jesus' humility and meekness. Rather than arriving on a war horse, a symbol of conquest and military might, Jesus rides a donkey, which symbolizes peace and servanthood. In the ancient Near East, leaders rode donkeys during times of peace, signifying their role as bringers of reconciliation rather than conflict. Application. Contrast Jesus' humility with the pride often associated with leadership in our world. How can you adopt His model of servant leadership in your relationships, work, and ministry? 4. A colt, the foal of a donkey. The specificity of a colt, the foal of a donkey, on the exact fulfillment of Zechariah's prophecy. This detail highlights God's sovereignty in orchestrating events and Jesus' obedience to the Father's plan. The young donkey, never before ridden, also symbolizes purity and being set apart for sacred use. Application. Trust that God is in control of every detail in your life. Even the smallest aspects of Jesus' entry were significant and part of God's divine plan. How much more can we trust Him with the details of our own journey? Themes to highlight. 1. The humility of Jesus. His choice to ride a donkey reveals that His kingdom is one of peace, humility, and service, not domination or violence. This counters worldly expectations of power and grandeur. 2. The fulfillment of prophecy. By entering Jerusalem this way, Jesus fulfills centuries-old promises, affirming His identity as the Messiah. 3. The personal invitation. Your king is coming to you is deeply personal. This king comes not just for the masses, but for each individual. Reflection questions. How does Jesus' humility challenge our understanding of leadership and greatness? What does it mean for you to behold your king in your daily life? How does the fulfillment of prophecy in this passage strengthen your trust in God's promises? Closing thought. Jesus' triumphal entry into Jerusalem invites us to examine the posture of our hearts. Are we ready to receive Him as our King? Not in a superficial or celebratory moment, but in the deep places of our lives, surrendering to His reign of peace, love, and humility?